What I'm going to share with you in this video is going to be the game changer when it comes to attracting love. It's going to be the thing that turns everything going in your favor. It's going to switch the energy dynamics that you may be putting out. Maybe you're putting out the energy of wanting other people to choose you, or you're putting out the energy of I hope somebody chooses me, or you might feel needy when you meet somebody and you start dating, hoping they text you back, checking your Wi-Fi connection, seeing if it's not loading properly, rather than understanding that when you shift your energy, everything changes. When I shifted my energy and what I share with you in this video, everything changed. The funny thing is that for a long time I was reading books, and it was like books that were like, well, this is how you change your energy, but it's changing energy to then get a new result. It's a form of, in a way, manipulation. It's like, how can you and what does this person find attractive? And if you could change yourself to that, then you'll eventually get that validation. But when I changed my energy, I didn't have to do anything. In fact, there were people I hadn't talked to in months, but because my energy shifted, all of a sudden, it's like the energy dynamics the flow is coming towards me again. It was a very interesting thing that happened, and it didn't even require me doing anything. It's not something you do to create this huge change in your vibration, this huge change in the energy. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you the one thing that makes all the difference. This is gonna be the thing that you look back on in months from now and say, wow, once I did that, everything began to change. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how you can create the biggest shift in your life when it comes to attracting love. Now, I have to be honest with you. I actually asked my shadow work integration coach. This is a guy that's like a mystical unicorn. He has a double PhD in psychology. He studies Carl Jungian psychology, which is Carl Jung, his teachings of understanding shadow work. And I remember months ago, I've been working with him for about a year, and I remember months ago asking him about attracting love. You know, I'm getting ready to do this 21-day magnetic love challenge. Like, what is your perspective on attracting love? And he just kind of laughed. He's like, laughed at it, and I was like, what's so funny? He's like, from the perspective that he came from, now that I look at it, I can see what he means. Attracting love is a funny idea. Because what we do is we go and we think we're going to attract something into our life that is not already here. And when it comes to shadow and the unconscious motivations we have, there really is no attracting love. There is only becoming love, realizing the sense of self and how we relate to other, but also appreciating the sense of self. And as we come more in alignment to the way we prefer to be, we then see love as a reflection. So it tilted the scale in the way that I thought about this, because I was like, oh, there is no attracting love. You cannot attract love into your life, because that's implying the love isn't already here. And if you do, then you are most likely attracting some kind of conditional relationship that is not built on unconditional love. It's probably a relationship that may be based on some level of significance, maybe somebody that's gaining some type of value by being with you, or maybe it's some level of exchange, like I do this for you, you do this for me. But what changes everything is when you realize that which you seek, that which you are trying to attract, is something you must become. It is something that you must embody. Meow, right? Meow. When you embody that energy now, what happens is then you can experience a new reflection in your life. You get in life a reflection of who you are being. And most of us, if we go a little bit deeper on the shadow work, most of us are trying to attract people that help us heal from our childhood wounds. So people tend to attract people into their life that replay the same childhood dynamic that they experienced when they were kids. They either take on the most positive aspects or the most negative aspects of the parents. That's because we are trying to heal from our childhood. We tend to attract partners into our life that can help us heal from our childhood. So rather than us going down the path, and you're going to find a partner anyways who's going to help you and bring these things up in you regardless. But the key is, instead of focused on the other, to focus on the sense of self. This was a game changer for me. This is what changed everything. What I was originally doing Now I'm going to actually point to the whiteboard, okay? Here we go. Authenticity and vulnerability is the key to you really attracting love into your life, knowing that attracting love is BS. Attracting love is really about reflection. So how can you most authentically and vulnerably be yourself? Now think about this too. When people give a shit what other people think about them, they are not expressing themselves freely. They are holding back their true energy because they're trying to gain the validation from someone else. Now, for me, for a long time, I was not being authentic in my relationships. I was not even being authentic in dating because I was so attached to what other people thought of me. I would hold myself back. I also had the shadow of being what is called a nice guy or a people pleaser. What that means is I really value your validation and your approval. So I'm going to change myself like a soggy little, like a little noodle. Like I'm so flexible, I'm going to be whatever you need me to be so that you can gain me validation and you can give me that validation. Now the problem with this is that then, especially with masculine energy, I'm not being still on who I really am. So through the dating process and through like getting into a relationship, by being inauthentic, that shit eventually comes up regardless because you can only put on the front for so long. So what I had to learn is actually by holding myself back, I'm actually being more inauthentic. By me not being the real me, by me caring about what other people think and being afraid to be polarizing, I'm not expressing myself freely, I'm holding back the real me. What this really was too is I valued approval and validation over authenticity and vulnerability. Now, you want vulnerability when it comes to attracting love. As a reflection, whatever you want to call this. Vulnerability is the ability to put yourself out there in a vulnerable way. This is when a lot of people can initiate conversations, because when you initiate, you go up to somebody, say you go up to somebody and say, hey, I'd really like to go out with someone like you, here's my number, or can I get your number? If you go do that, you are setting yourself up you could possibly be rejected. But when instead you start to see that that's where vulnerability comes into place, you step into the unknown. You're putting yourself out there. When you are most vulnerably being your true self and you have the intent of being authentic, it changes everything. This is about changing your value. A value is a virtue that you live by, which is also normally tied to your identity. If your top virtue is gaining people's validation and approval, then you are going to lose and abandon your sense of self for other, and it's inauthentic. The key to this is valuing authenticity and vulnerability over approval and validation, more authentically being yourself because it's who you choose to be. Having the courage to step in this version of you. As you have the courage to be this version of you, you will notice that your life begins to change in a very powerful way. Yes, you will be more polarizing. The people that love you will love you more, and the people that don't like you will see clearly that they don't like you. That's a good thing. You're saving yourself time versus putting on an act and being someone that you're not. It's not an integrity. So one of the things you want to commit to is you want to commit to integrity to your word. You want to be in integrity to who you are. And you commit to that. And when you find yourself being inauthentic or caring what other people think, you bring it back to the present moment and you say, what is actually authentic for me? Now, one of the best things you can do as well is realize what are the values that you want in somebody you want to attract into your life. And even right now, comment below, what are the values you want to attract into your life? Maybe 2 or 3 values. Maybe you want someone that is in integrity to their word. Maybe you want someone that's loyal. Maybe you want somebody that is nurturing. Maybe you want somebody that shows up when they say they're going to show up and does what they say they're going to do. They have strong follow through. Whatever you want in your partner to attract love, the key to you attracting it is you living by those values yourself, knowing who you are. When you are more in your own frame, you are more magnetic. People can feel your energy more. And when you have a certain value system, like say you want to attract someone that does XYZ and you start being XYZ, when you go out, you have a lot more power because when you're dating, you're not just thinking, does this person like me? Are they going to give me approval? You're going in it more curious, like, oh, how does this person relate to me? You're vetting them, not judging them, but you're more curious to who are they? It's a very powerful energy to be in. And when you are embodying the values that you want to attract, that's where everything begins to change. Now, another part of vulnerability is being clear with your intention. A lot of times, nice guys get put into a little box as friends. They're like friends, right? Girls have no problem being friends with them. And they have no problem showing that they want to be friends with somebody else, but they have blocks when it comes to showing that they're actually sexually interested, putting an intention out there. That's because they're afraid of rejection. The key is actually being clear up front with what your intentions are. My intentions get to know you. My intention is to take you out on a date. Being clear, yes, vulnerable, because you could get rejected. But being more vulnerable is the missing key to you attracting that which you want and you being the real you and living by the virtues you want to live by and what you want to attract in your life. Now, something that will help you with this process is a meditation. It's the most powerful meditation that I have. It has over 4 million YouTube views. There's thousands of people in the comments that say that meditation changed their life or helped them attract love. So when you read those comments, it increases the belief inside of yourself. It's a completely free meditation, and you can see that below. Also, if you haven't found out yet or you don't know yet, there's a free app called High Viber. That's where the High Vibe tribe is meeting up. That's where we do live meditations, live workshops, live activations. That's where there's also meditations where you can easily listen to anytime. There's inner child meditations, there's so many of them, and it's completely free. So if you want to check that out, go to highviber.com, HIGHVIBER.com, or download it on Android or Apple. It's completely free. Connect to people that think like you, people that have similar interests and similar values as you, and watch how that begins to change your life. So with that being said, like this video if you liked it. Let me know if you want more videos like this that are just more raw with the whiteboard as well. Other than that, as always, talk to you in the next one. Peace, much love, and namaste.